Today we're talking with Marty Rinehart. Marty is an agent here at Real Broker and just a really genuine and interesting character full of compassion and love. And Marty shares with us his pretty unique approach to lead generation, which is essentially just building genuine connections with people at a large scale. He goes over his daily routine of how he gets leverage and how he scales up this business model. And I think Marty really epitomizes the saying that your vibe attracts your tribe. Really interesting conversation. Let's hop in. All right, Marty. So let's just jump right into it. Tell me a little bit about how you got into the real estate career in the first place, and what's your business look like today?
Okay. So I got into the real estate industry prior to real estate in 2019. November is when I started. I was a fitness and health professional for about 12 years. And I got to do some pretty rocking things in that industry and hang out with, the most beautiful crowd in that industry, people who are, inspiring on another level. And it was beautiful. January 2019, it was January 31st. It was the coldest day Chicago's ever had in 80 years. It was negative 50. And in my sprinkler room, a pipe burst and flooded my studio. So at that time, I didn't want to rebuild the studio because I didn't see my daughter. And she was about 3 years old, and that broke my heart. So it took me about January to November to kind of just take to myself. We went to Mexico, my family, we went to Disney World, and I just, noticed my piggy bank shrinking and shrinking. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to do something, right? So when one day I just locked myself in my office, and I'm like, I'm not coming out of here until I know what I'm going to be doing. And that's kind of how I work, right? So I called a bunch of entrepreneurs who I know. I know I don't want to work for anybody. I know I don't want to work for, I'm my own boss. I don't, and I struggle to, listen to myself, right? So after calling probably about 7 entrepreneurs, 2 of them were in real estate. Both of the real estate, professionals said with the click of a button, tens of thousands of people will know that you are a real estate agent, because I had a huge organic following from my training center, my personal training studio. And I just know a lot of people. So,
And where is that organic following? Is that on Instagram or Facebook?
Facebook. It was on Facebook. My Instagram was just beginning, just getting more popular in about 2019, and I was not on there yet with my fitness business. So I decided real estate. I came in, told my wife at the time, I'm like, yo, I figured it out. It's real estate. And she looked at me and she said, that's the worst idea I've ever heard. And I went from, feeling like I discovered like something special to like my heart sinking. I'm like, oh my gosh, now what am I going to do? So I went back in my office and then was like, okay, cool. What do I need to do? I'm like, maybe I should probably tell her why. So I went in and I told her why, and she agreed. And within like 6 weeks, I was licensed, and it's been a journey since. I got my first listing day one, put it under contract in 24 hours, and I have not looked back.
Wow,
it's been a lot of fun.
That's great, man. What's your business look like today? You're saying before you have a small team now.
So I have a small team. It's myself, my partner Jose Medina, and then a couple other agents who are just beginning. They're not really in production, but yeah, man, the team's that's a tricky thing. It's like I wanted to build a team, and now I'm just like looking at it and I'm just like, yo, that's not what I want to do. It's a lot of energy, and the ROI that I was getting from these agents who are like half in, half out because they have other full-time commitments. It didn't match my energy and my intention, and the vibes that I was putting into them. I didn't feel like we're getting back, and it's not a bad thing, right? It's what is, but now I'm focusing on really is just attracting producers who are doing special things, and just becoming a mentor, and pouring into them so that they can be even better than they are today.
Yeah, teams are tricky, man. I've tried starting them as well, And yeah, the ROI just wasn't there. You're pouring into these newer agents typically, and you're just not really getting anything in exchange for that time. And like, it's just not always the best use of your time. There's definitely a model there that can work, but it's not for everybody. And personally, for me, I decided to like focus on agent attraction rather than building, a team. And what I really have right now is more of a referral model where I have a couple agents in the area and I just send them referrals. So it's kind of like an unofficial team. And so let me ask you, what do you think the biggest source of business is for your team today in 2024?
So my biggest thing is SOI, my sphere of influence. When I came into the industry, I already had a huge following, organic, and my tribe is my vibe. I've been
Yeah,
as an entrepreneur for many years, I've been putting vibes out there and content and giving value to the communities that I've always been affiliated with. And my tribe knows who I am. So I get referrals from my friends. I get repeat business from my past buyers and sellers. And now that I've joined Real, I've closed 2 out-of-state transactions and got 4 inbound referrals from out of state. And I can only imagine that's only going to increase because there's not a lot of agents that are from my area that are making as much noise as I am over here.
right. That's great,
So
man. Yeah, that's really solid. I mean, that's like the best source of leads right there. Like Zillow can't compete with you on that, right? If they have a relationship with you, getting a personal recommendation referral to you, that's really how you compete with Zillow's, those kind of personal relationships. Okay, very cool, man. And how does social media play a big role in your business? Like, is that how you stay in front of your SOI?
So social media is huge. So I broke it down. I have systems and workflow formalities that I created from scratch that allow me to stay on top of my business
Hmm.
because there's no CRM that is suited for Marty Rinehart's brain, right?
Yeah.
So I every day I'm calling at least 5 to 10 of my friends and family. I'm sending at least 10 video texts. A lot of them are birthday
Wow.
messages, like literally saying happy birthday, how are you? They're all custom so that I'm addressing each individual by name. It doesn't feel fake, generic. And a lot of times, like that's my bread and butter. You know how Gary Keller says one thing, like it's my birthday videos.
Yeah,
Like if I was supposed to do one thing for the rest of forever and try to continue to grow my business, it would be birthday videos because
I love that.
people
And
love
do you do that
them
on
very much.
Facebook? Because I know Facebook gives a
Um,
reminder when everybody's birthday is.
so okay, cool. So that I have a spreadsheet for everyone's birthday as well. So
Wow, dude.
I took the time a few years ago to put everyone's birthday. So what I was doing, bro, is I have like the one, right? And I would change the month on top, and then I delete everyone's birthdays and start like from January, delete, and then put February. I'm like, why am I deleting? Like if I do this once for all 12 months, I'll have it forever. And all
Yeah.
I have to do is just add. So now what I do is I go to Facebook birthdays and I just add any new friends that need to be added to that list. And it's then I print it out, bro.
Damn.
And on the back is oh nope, that's not the back, but I got drawing all over this. But this side has all of my things I need to do. Let's see, I'll read it to you. It's phone calls, video text, Facebook, and Messenger. I got at least 20 or 20 minutes of just scrolling and loving and comment on all of my people because if you
Hmm.
don't engage with them, they will not be engaged with you. And then I do at least one social media post, and everyone who comments, likes, and engages with my stuff, I comment back to them just to show some love in return. And the people who are repeat offenders and my biggest fans, once in a while, I reach out to them and I say, "Yo, I notice that you're always, you know, supporting me, and my daughters and I, we love you and your support very much. Thank you for loving us." So
Yeah.
it's it's I think just giving love is what people need, and if you can give the people love and the listening and the loyalty that they deserve, the universe pays us back tenfold. And that's why I believe my tribe is so committed to me as I am committed to them.
I love that, man. I mean, there's so many people that slave away at cold calling and door knocking and these soul crushing, lead generation sources. And like your lead generation is just making friends and talking to them and commenting and just kind of building genuine relationships. And that's cool, man. That's the direction we need to move as an industry. So it's more of that personal connection with people. What do you do you have a lot of systems in your business? Are systems pretty important to you think?
Systems are very important to me. I have systems for sellers. I have systems and processes for buyers. Like, everything I do is on Excel spreadsheets. And what's beautiful about these spreadsheets is I can share them with my sellers. So when I'm tracking the activity with everyone who's coming in the house, how many times I've called them, what their feedback is, what offers we got, the evaluations. I know I don't really care for them, but people like them. So I put them on there. Like, what is Zillow? What is Redfin? What is Realtor.com say your house is worth? How many people added yours as their favorites? And how many people click the X and don't want to see your house? Stuff like that. So it's pretty unique, I believe. And I believe it's also what gains me trust from the beginning at a listing presentation when I tell people like, you don't have to trust that I'm doing the job I'm telling you I'm doing. You can check my work anytime of your choosing, and you'll have access to it so that you can, go and look and see what I've done and what the feedback is, what the comments are, what the offers are. I have a spot that lines them up side by side with price, conditions, you name it. And it's very, very clear spoken and easy to read. And if one of my sellers calls me and asks me what's going on, I ask them if they've looked at the spreadsheet and if they have any questions to reach back out to me. So it's good for communication too, because now I'm not having to, to constantly report back to them. If they want to check the activity, they can. And then if they have any questions, I'm always available.
Yeah. Wow. So you're definitely not afraid to put in the hard work on some of these spreadsheets. I mean, some of that.
If I didn't, I would fall flat on my face. I wouldn't know what I was doing every day of my life.
Yeah. And so you're saying there's no CRM that can like hold you down. Like, do you not use a typical CRM? Like, what do you use for something that you have, like a spreadsheet?
So it's all Excel spreadsheets, and the CRM that I use is Chime, or it's now called what is it called now? Lofty. I use it very seldomly. I was not doing my job last year. Last year was that was a very beautiful year that I'm glad is over. And I just literally had 3 big things that happened in my life that just broke my heart and shattered me for weeks and maybe months at a time. And I didn't put the work in like I was supposed to, like I know how to. So after not putting the work in and starting, from scratch, it takes about 9 months or 3 months for you to begin to really see the work coming back to you. I know it's like an industry thing. People say that. But I was like, okay, cool. What else can I incorporate? So I used the CRM to auto populate like a list of 2,500 people and send them all text messages and see who wants to list their house. Would that have worked if I continued to utilize it and optimized it and played around with it? Because that's what I do. I'm a data junkie. So everything that I do, I take notes and I look and like, okay, cool. How can I improve this? What words can we manipulate to gain higher traction and more volume and stuff like that. I was thinking, okay, cool. Like, this is a job. This is a full-time job, like doing this type of lead generation. So I'm like, I'm going to remove my energy here and I'm just going to pour more energy into my database. And right now I've never been more rocking as far as what's in my pipeline and what's currently active and what's currently, getting ready to be a thing. So, everything works, right? But I don't want to work everything.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they said the best CRM is the one that you actually use.
Hell yeah.
And I'm with you, man. I have Lofty as well, and I get overwhelmed. It's so powerful. There's so many things. And so I actually just use Trello for my CRM. Create these really simple cards that are color coded, and I just drag them over in these different columns. And like, it's simple. It works for me, and that's kind of, what kind of works for me, I guess. Cool, man. what do you do for like personal development? Do you read books? Do you listen to podcasts? And like what's like something that you recommend that somebody read for personal
Man,
development?
what do I do? That's that's my favorite thing to do, is to heal myself, and
Hmm.
I'm committed to that all the way through. I don't believe that healing is one embodiment of the individual. I think it's multifaceted, and you have to heal across the board if you want to transcend to new levels of enlightenment and awareness and stuff like that. So as a fitness professional, I take care of my body. I eat well. I sleep. So the basics. I take care of myself. And then as far as healing is concerned, I've been exposed to a modality called regenerating images in memory, and it's a subconscious reprogramming whole brain technology that allows the practitioner to kind of mute the left side of the brain, which is the analytical, the mathematician, the
Hmm.
needs sense and solutions version of you, and allows the practitioner to explore the subconscious, the unconscious mind, and it's a guided process by the imagination. So um, it's beautiful, and what it does is we can bring through the process of this work the practitioner to the root cause of evil, trauma, right? These traumatic experiences we've had as a child or whenever, right?
Hmm.
They're a part of us and they weigh us down. But it's going there and revisiting it and addressing it is not something that everyone is okay or wanting to do. But instead of running away from the pain and the hurt like I have my whole life, once I was exposed to this type of healing, it was like my new cocaine. And now I don't drink alcohol or partake in cocaine. I
Wow.
just, it's really it's given me new life and new purpose, and it's allowed me to communicate with my grandmother, my son who are in heaven, my brother who's in heaven, and it's allowed me to be the dad my girls need me to be, and the man I'm supposed to be today.
I love that, man.
So
It's beautiful.
I'm committed to my healing. I meditate, I journal, I dance, I make art. Like, we get weird over here at the Rinehart residence. Me
I
and my
believe it,
daughters.
man. Yeah, I love that. I saw this meme once saying that we spend the second half of our lives just trying to heal from the trauma of our first half of our lives. And
You see,
it's
that's so
absolutely
true.
true. Yeah, man. We all have trauma, and then we develop aversions and attractions kind of based on that trauma. And we're not really aware of that, and that totally influences our lives, and it influences our business too. If you're depressed or stressed out, like that absolutely has a big impact on your business. One thing I've been focused on lately is that, sometimes when I'm working, I get into this like flow state where I'm super excited and motivated, passionate, and I get so excited about working on a project, an article, or a video. Um, and I'm not always like that though. And I've been trying to figure out like, all right, how do I cultivate that sense of being where I'm in that flow state, super excited and passionate about what I'm doing? And I suspect that it has to do with like my diet and exercising and socializing enough and gratitude and my spiritual practices. Like all those things kind of accumulate into your state of being and absolutely have a huge impact on your business and how you're performing in your business. So that's kind of a big focus of mine kind of right now, is this kind of how do I cultivate being super energetic and excited about my business. So let me ask you, if you could give one piece of advice to your younger self when you first entered into this career, this business, so that first year in your business, you go back and give yourself one piece of advice, what do you think it would be?
I'm a huge believer that everything happens for a reason. I don't believe in coincidence, and I'm more excited than I've ever been to be in the position I am today to capitalize on the opportunities that are before me. Right. So if I were to go back and tell myself anything, it's just never stop believing, because as much as I believe in myself, and as conviction, like as much of conviction I have of my goals and my visions and all of the things that are ahead of us that haven't happened yet, like they're all real to me. I've been there. I know what it looks like. I know what it feels like. I know who's there with me, and I know how, I know how it feels. It's very powerful to know all of that, because it's every day. It's just like you're waking up and walking towards it.
Yeah.
So abundance is a true, thing that happens, to an individual when they believe they know where they're going. And I have it's beautiful to be able to service my clients abundantly, to provide to my tribe, the people that commit to me, commit to them, like full all the way through. And it's really cool. But there's been a few times, like very few times, where I'm doubting myself. And in those moments, it's just like fear is a crippling thing. And I think that's the advice I would say. When you're having those days, they're just days, they're just moments, they will pass. So
Yeah, I love that, man.
don't stop believing, journey.
Don't stop believing. Yeah. I mean, just having conviction in like the future, I think that can be a really powerful thing. All right. And we're at the beginning of 2024. What are you focused on this year? What's kind of your big thing that you're focused on in your business and your life for 2024?
So a big thing that I'm really focused on, and something that I've been with 5 brokerages in 4 years before I came to Real.
Oh,
So
wow.
I've been around the block, and I've seen, the franchise model. I've seen the small boutique model. I've seen the corporate model, and none of those models teach the agent that the agent is the asset. And I think that's a big message that I want agents to know out there, is that they are the asset, and it's not the other way around. The brokerage does not make the agent makes the agent. And the brokerage, needs the agent more than the agent needs the brokerage. And the agent should go in and demand highest and best every single time they walk in, because a new agent coming into like a managing broker meeting, the managing broker's like reviewing their what's it called, resume. Like, this is interesting. Like, yo, fuck off. Give me the highest and best. Stop pulling my leg. And how much do you want me? Because every brokerage will take you. You're not interviewing for the job. You have the job. You should be interviewing them to see which one is going to best facilitate forward your goals, your visions, and your ambitions. So the way I'm doing that is bringing forth more community. Bill Lawson and I started a new online community, and it's been amazing watching that just become a thing overnight. And I'm also doing more community local events with real estate agents that are fun. Like we're doing karaoke and Latin dancing on February 16th. And, we're just trying to bring people together and rise together, like collaboratively, not competitively.
I love it, man. And tell me about the online community that you and Bill are building, and where can people find that if they wanted to learn more about it?
So it's called The Everyday Agent, and the tagline is extraordinary agents doing ordinary agents doing extraordinary things. And there's a lot of agents, that are inspiring other agents, but it's a lot of times when you go to these like trainings or these events, the agents that are talking with us are kind of far away from us. Bill says it way better than I do, whereas their marketing budget might be like what we make in the entire year. And he just was at an event where the marketing budget was more than he and I make in 1 year and 1 month. So we're just trying to bring forth a platform of agents who are supporting each other, who are loving one another, who are uplifting one another, but also providing the opportunity for agents who are doing special things in their markets to have a platform to stand on, who are not megastars. And so that we can teach agents everywhere different unique ways to generate leads and income that are low to no cost strategies, if you will.
I love that, man. Yeah. I mean, that's what we really need, because you're right. We don't need to learn from, people running these mega teams. Like, it's just not applicable to our businesses. We're all trying to find ways to get free business if we can, or very affordable business. So that's kind of cool to create a mastermind group just around that. Not new agents necessarily, but experienced agents, solo agents, just kind of running their own, $10 million, $20 million a year business. Yeah, I can definitely see the vision for that. Let me ask you, man, how important do you think it is for agents today to be building a personal brand in their business?
So when I start off by saying the agent is the asset, something that people are not taught is how to be entrepreneurs
Hmm.
ever. So when somebody gets their real estate license, they think they're just going to come in and, like Keller Williams or Coldwell Banker is going to be like, yo, here's some homes, go sell them. Like, yo, that's not how it works. When you get your license, you are hit with, deer in the headlights. Like, oh my gosh, this is overwhelming. There's so many different ways to do this. And, the first thing is like, yo, who are you? Well, one, who are you as an individual? What do you stand for? What do you believe in? Who is who's your target audience? Like, who are you speaking to? Who do you want to to be at the receiving end of every one of your messages? And yo, what do you want to what are your skill sets and what are your talents that are unique and make you you? And a personal brand will beat a generic fill in the blanks brand that a lot of these brokerages are encouraging agents to do. Like, hey, here's your format, here's how your marketing is going to look, and it's cohesive to the brand, not the agent. So I think most of my success comes from me just standing out and being different and not afraid to embody the things that make me weird and unique. Because when somebody has a brand and they have and they're themselves authentically and they express vulnerability and they have weird hobbies, that's going to resonate with your audience so
Hmm.
much more than what you do in selling real estate. So if you can, again, it's all about connections, it's all about relationships. So personal brand is number one
Yeah.
and should be everyone's North Star getting
Yeah.
started.
There's this quote that I love. Different is better than better. And I think that kind of applies to what you're talking about. Instead of just doing what everybody else is doing and trying to do it just a little bit better, go be different. Go stand out from the crowd, man. Go do your own thing. Like, that's better than just trying to do what everybody else is doing. Well, Marty, man, I really appreciate your time today, dude. What if anybody wanted to follow you? Where's the best way to find you?
Marty _ Rinehart, RINEHART _ vibe on Marty Rinehart vibe on Instagram, just my name on Facebook, and then 224-355-9903. Call, text anytime. I'm always available to support everyone in our industry. I love it very much, and it's what I want to do.
Cool, man. All right. Well, I appreciate your time today.
Yo, God bless you. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you got value out of this conversation, you may also get value out of my weekly email of free training at Real Broker. So, Real, we have anywhere between 25 and 30 live streams every single week, and the live streams are available to agents outside of our brokerages, and then the replays are only available to agents within the company. So every week I go through and I hand select 5 or 6 really interesting classes, and I send that out to my email list. If you'd like to sign up for my email list, I'll have a link down in the description below. And if you'd like to watch more episodes of the Next Gen Agent Podcast, you can check those out right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.